Do you ever feel like a typical learning environment doesn't fit your learning style? Are you a better self-taught learner or think regular classes are not the most effective way to learn, but you still want to pursue an education? Are you working full-time, live far away from your college, or want to get ahead or catch up on your degree? Well, if you said yes to any of these questions, then online learning is for you. Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca Gall, and I am for online education. I've taken multiple classes online before, in high school and college, and I found it very beneficial. In the next couple minutes, I'm going to share with you the benefits and endless possibilities made available through the use of online education. We will begin by talking about how online education widens the access and availability to a quality education. Next, we will touch on concerns over the quality of learning online and how that is being overcome. Then we will discuss how online learning can cater to a variety of learning styles. Along with that, we will look over the concern on keeping students focused and distractions that can come along the way. We'll check in how time flexibility with online classes can help many students in different ways. And to conclude, we will look into the ultimate success of a student dedicated to online learning. With the emergences of online education and its rapidly growing popularity, the need to recognize its effectiveness is greater than ever before. Deanne Markham, Managing Director of Ithaca, from the online newspaper article Online Learning Outcomes Similar to Classroom Results, published in 2012, holds the promise of broadening access to higher education to more individuals, while also lowering costs for students. The idea of taking online classes is a relatively new phenomenon, and with the rise and power of the internet, learning is now available in places other than your typical classroom. As long as there's an internet connection, you can take an online class anywhere that is convenient. This allows for people who live in remote areas or lack transportation to receive a quality education. Online classes can also lower the cost of an education for individuals by eliminating housing, food, and other fees that come along with a normal college tuition. This way, you're only paying for the classes you're taking. You're only paying for what you're getting. It's especially beneficial for people with families going back to school. This way they don't have to relocate or leave and uproot their whole families. For example, I knew a 30-year-old with a family who would work on his online classes at midnight, because that was when he could after working and helping out with his family. He couldn't have taken normal classes at midnight, at least not easily. The ever-increasing availability of online education. There rises the concern of the quality of the education one is receiving. With the rapidly quick transition to online learning and little to no studies done on the effects, many feel that online education may not be all that it's cracked up to. It is understandable for one to question the quality of online education. With the widespread availability, push for teachers to produce online content, and many free resources like Coursera, how can one know if taking a course online would be more effective or even equal to taking a physical class? Well, in a quote from the article, Online Learning Outcomes Similar to Classroom Results, written by Ryan Little and published to usnews.com in 2012, teacher quality is still a very important part of success in an online course, but so too is the course design. To put this plainly, online classes cannot be good just by themselves. Time, effort, and careful planning have to be put into an online course to make it work, just like with a regular class. Online classes have come a long way from where they began. We have the incorporation of videos, live streaming, discussion forums, incorporated quizzes, and so much more that can be adequately applied to the type of material being portrayed. The more and more we practice creating online content, the better we get. For example, the summer before my senior year in high school, I was a part of a beta test taking an online required course. Not only did I get the class out of the way early, but by my participation, I was able to give feedback back to the creators of the course to make it even better for the students who would be taking it in the fall. This kind of cooperation and patience is what has and will continue to keep pushing the quality of online classes forward for future students. One of the great things that can come from a quality online class is the availability for it to adapt and work for students with various learning styles. Many students have difficulty learning styles and paces that work best for them. In a physical class, only so much can be done to cater to the various learning styles, with kinetic learning one of the hard ones to demonstrate. The typical class, the students most likely to succeed are the ones with visual and audio learning types, because that is how usual classrooms are ran. Students that learn at slower paces or have difficulty focusing are also very disadvantaged in the normal classroom settings. Also, students who are shy or have disabilities will struggle actively participating in class compared to others. Just because someone is different and not like the standard shouldn't mean they are left in the dust. This is where online classes come to the rescue by appealing to students who prefer or can benefit from non-traditional classes and teaching methods. Diane Johnson, Assistant Director of Faculty Services at the Center for Online Learning at Florida St. Leo University, who has spent more than 12 years teaching online, says it well in a U.S. News article, Outcomes Similar to Classroom Results, when she says, students learn more from active discussions than from traditional lectures, and they need instructors who can engage them in the material. If a student is shy and too intimidated to raise their hand in class, they have the opportunity and are more likely to participate in online discussion forums. I know I feel better able to express my opinion, and I have time to organize my thoughts before posting in a forum instead of on the spot responses in class. I can also offer better feedback this way. After all, the internet was designed for introverts, right? Students have issues focusing at certain times of day, like the morning, or need things given to them at a slower rate so they can understand, have the ability to play back and rewatch as many times as they want a lecture. Compare this to hearing a lecture once in class, scrambling to take down notes, and maybe you are lucky enough to have recording equipment and a teacher willing to let you record them, a crude recording at best. I never feel like I can take proper notes in class, and I enjoy being able to pause my video lectures. I cannot pause a professor. More care goes into such videos versus the in-the-moment class lectures. Having videos filmed purposely for your benefit, edited, and done to perfection before uploading are no doubt highly beneficial to students of all learning types. Having talked about watching your lecture online, along with having all of your assignments online, the question arises of the temptations that is the internet. The void we have all gotten lost into. We have all fallen into that trap that is the black hole of the internet, maybe even when we're supposed to be studying. Having to do work online can certainly pose to being a distraction. However, there's a good solution that will keep you focused and prevent you from taking longer than necessary on work. Daniel Schachter, William R. Kennan, Junior Professor of Psychology, and Carl Spooner, a postdoctoral fellow in psychology, from Online Learning, It's Different, Harvard Gazette, 2013 says, by interspersing online lectures with short tests, student mind wandering decreased by half, note-taking tripled, and overall retention of the material improved. When a student knows they will have to constantly retain what they learned, they will make sure to focus more. Not only that, but being able to pause videos, they can make more detailed and accurate notes to use for reference later. These all lead to a better memory of the material in the long run. Since we now know that online classes can actually help us make the most of our time, let's talk about that time that we have and when we have it. One of the most common reasons and times students take online classes is during the summer. This is for a multiple of reasons that a staff writer from oedb.org in the article 10 Advantages to Taking Online Classes, published in 2012, can tell us. For college students who want to attend summer classes, but who live too far from their colleges or have to work summer jobs, taking online classes from an accredited college and transferring the credits to their primary college is a good idea. Students will be able to earn college credit while still enjoying their summer vacation or fulfilling the responsibilities of their seasonal jobs. Similarly, if a college or university is unable to offer enough open sections of a required course, students can take the course online at another college and transfer the credits. Taking online classes allow you to take the work and take them when it is convenient for you. Schedules know no bounds. A good example can be why I took this online speech class. Next semester is going to be a really tough one for me, so I decided to lighten up my load. An advantage to this class being online versus me going to campus this summer is I'm living and working full-time at home, far away from Angola. With the online class, I'm able to work on it after I get home from work when it is convenient for me. There's no stress about having to get somewhere at a certain time. With all this in mind, you still might be wondering about the fact that we have no studies providing good evidence that online classes are equal to or better than face-to-face classes. To this I pose the thought. It is all about the dedication. According to a meta-analysis by the U.S. Department of Education in 2009, online learning has definite advantages over face-to-face instruction when it comes to teaching and learning. The study found that students who took all or part of their instruction online performed better, on average, than those taking the same course through face-to-face instruction. Further, those who took blended courses, those that combine elements of online learning and face-to-face instruction, appeared to do best of all. That finding would be significant as many colleges report that blended instruction is among the fastest growing types of enrollment. What makes or breaks a person taking an online course is their dedication. Most students who take an online course know that they have to put work into it and time aside. They are doing it for an important reason, like getting ahead or trying to improve their station in life. It's not the same as having to force yourself to get up for an 8 o'clock class, therefore you skip it. There's a different mindset here. And with anything, maybe online classes aren't for everyone, but if they want to do it, they can succeed at it. Some people may also argue that online classes still don't hold any real value and are not up to standard. This is where I beg to differ. In my AP Literature class in high school, supplemental to our classwork, my teacher wanted us to take a free online poetry course through the University of Pennsylvania. Mind you, this is an Ivy League school. Many students didn't do the work, but I did. That class is the sole reason I did so well in the poetry portion of the AP exam, where most other students struggled. I put the time and effort and came out with knowledge. Time and effort devoted to online classes won't be wasted. I might also add that despite people thinking online classes hinder interaction, I actually developed a closer relationship with the professor, even becoming regular Facebook friends to this day. I actually told him I was bringing his class up in my speech. I never would have had the opportunity to make friends with an Ivy League professor if it wasn't for that class. With all this in mind, let's review what I've talked to you about today. Over the course of this speech, I detailed to you many things about online education. We talked about its accessibility far and wide. We questioned and saw its quality. We explored how it can help various learning styles. We wondered about and learned how it can address distractions. We checked the time and found we had some for class. And last, we discovered what's most important is your dedication. As we have learned, there are many benefits and good that can come from online learning. It's not for everyone, but it's an excellent resource available for all of those who would find it beneficial. This is why I think online learning is a wonderful tool. It doesn't have to replace normal classes ever, but what it does is offer options to make education something attainable for all of us, no matter our situation. We don't have to choose to take our education online, but to have that option for everyone is what is most important. If you think an online education would be useful for you, then go ahead and do it. What is stopping you?